India's securities regulator SEBI has accused Hindenburg Research of colluding with Kingdon Capital Management to use non-public information for shorting Adani Group stocks, violating fraud prevention rules. Hindenburg denies the allegations, calling them nonsense. The notice claims Kingdon set up a fund to short Adani stocks before Hindenburg's report was published, which Hindenburg refutes. If proven, these breaches could result in financial penalties. Adani's market value dropped significantly after the report, but has since recovered. Hindenburg Research released its report against Adani Group on January 24, 2023. This report led to a significant drop in Adani's share value. Hindenburg itself is a short seller, meaning they purchase shares when the price goes down and sell them when the value goes up. According to Bloomberg, Hindenburg likely made approximately $4.1 million in gross revenue from gains related to Adani shorts through its sole investor relationship for the Adani thesis. According to a SEBI show notice referenced in a blog post by US-based Hindenburg Research on July 2nd. Adani lost $150 billion due to the report published by Hindenburg, but its share price has since recovered to the same levels as before. Adani Enterprises is the fourth of the 7 group companies to have returned to pre-Hindenburg levels. Hindenburg has representatives around the world. As a short-selling company, they buy shares when companies' share values go down and sell them when the value goes up, keeping the difference as profit. This practice is referred to as bulls and bears in the share market, with bears bringing down the value artificially to make a profit. The deep state played a crucial role in spreading news against a company, benefiting the concerned parties. The report prompted investigations by India's Securities and Exchange Board, SEBI, and the formation of a Supreme Court-appointed expert panel. However, the investigations have not yet conclusively proven any of the allegations made by Hindenburg. The expert panel did note that SEBI found no evidence of artificial trading patterns or regulatory failure, but continues to investigate certain transactions and ownership structures related to Adani Group companies. The services sector remains the dominant contributor to India's GDP, accounting for over 50% of the total GDP. The industry sector, which includes manufacturing and other corporate activities, contributes approximately 27% to the GDP. The service sector, or tertiary sector, encompasses activities that provide intangible goods and services. It includes industries such as trade, hospitality, transportation, financial services, real estate, IT, healthcare, education, public administration, and personal services. The service sector is a major contributor to GDP in many economies and is characterized by its diversity and focus on providing value through services rather than physical products. In India, the service sector contributes over 50% to the GDP and has been a key driver of economic growth. The remaining 18% of India's GDP contributions are from the agricultural sector. The Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, OCCRP, is a global network of investigative journalists that focuses on exposing corruption and organized crime. In India, OCCRP has been involved in investigations related to high-profile cases, including those involving major corporations like the Adani Group. The organization has recently published reports alleging that Adani used offshore entities to manipulate its stock prices and conduct financial irregularities. Regarding the current situation of the Hindenburg Report and the Adani Group, here are the key points. Hindenburg Report. Released in January 2023, the Hindenburg Report accused the Adani Group of stock manipulation and accounting fraud. This led to a significant decline in the market value of Adani's companies and triggered various investigations. The Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, has been actively investigating the allegations. A Supreme Court-appointed expert panel found no conclusive evidence of stock manipulation by Adani, but the investigation continues, especially focusing on the ownership of certain offshore entities linked to Adani companies. OCCRP involvement. OCCRP has released reports supporting the allegations of financial irregularities by Adani. SEBI has requested documents from OCCRP to aid its investigation, but OCCRP has declined to provide documents beyond what they have published publicly. Current status of Adani stocks. Despite the ongoing investigations and initial market shock, Adani Group stocks have rebounded. Several of Adani's companies have seen significant gains over the past year, although the group continues to face scrutiny and legal challenges. The Indian government, through Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, argued in the Supreme Court that Prashant Bhushan relied on a report from the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, OCCRP, without disclosing his connection to it. Mehta stated that when SEBI requested documents from OCCRP, The organization refused and mentioned that Bhushan's NGO had provided some of the information used in their report. This led to accusations of a conflict of interest against Bhushan, as he did not disclose the source of the documents when presenting them in court. The Supreme Court expressed concerns about relying on media reports for legal decisions and emphasized the need for credible and verifiable sources in judicial matters. When OCCRP became involved, Adani's share value dipped slightly but recovered soon after. There is speculation about a lobby playing against Adani, with some political parties benefiting from it. Corrupt politicians in India can make foreign institutional investments, FII, if the investment originates from Mauritius without needing to disclose names, enabling them to make significant investments in India. This policy allows corrupt politicians to convert black money to white legally and invest back in India. This practice, known as economic round-tripping, involves transferring black money from India to Mauritius, creating a paper company, and investing it back in India. Additionally, cryptocurrency transactions are becoming a means for hiding illicit funds, complicating enforcement efforts. Recently, there was a case in Kerala called HiRich, where HiRich online Shopee PVT Lanidi transferred money by collecting investments through digital coupons, which investors bought for Rs 700 or Rs 10,000. They received commissions by adding more people to the scheme. The collected money was redistributed to members as incentives in a typical Ponzi scheme format, while the remaining funds were siphoned off by the company and its promoters. They also collected funds under the guise of investing in their OTT platform and cryptocurrency trading, misleading investors about high returns. In the past, enforcement officers raiding corrupt officers or politicians' residences would seize currency, gold, etc. But nowadays, as soon as they convert black money to white through legal channels, they convert it to cryptocurrency. As cryptocurrency is not physical, it is difficult to trace, making it challenging for enforcement forces to prove it in court due to a lack of evidence. It remains unclear how many politicians in India have benefited from the Hindenburg report. If Hindenburg is found guilty of defamation or spreading false information, the court may order them to pay substantial damages to the Adani Group for reputational and financial losses. SEBI might impose fines, sanctions, or trading restrictions on Hindenburg if they are found to have engaged in illegal market activities. If fraudulent intent or other criminal activities are proven, Hindenburg executives could face criminal charges leading to possible imprisonment and further penalties. Additionally, the court might order Hindenburg to issue public apologies and retract their statements. As of now, investigations are ongoing and no conclusive evidence has been established against either Hindenburg or the Adani Group. Both parties have denied any wrongdoing and continue to defend their actions. This scandal, one of the biggest in the Indian share market, is alleged to have been politically motivated to defeat Modi in the election and bring the opposition to power. There is speculation about a deep state entity funding efforts to create economic unrest and influence political outcomes. This strategy has been observed in various countries, including the UK, the USA, and several European nations. Despite these efforts, the right-wing ruling party managed to retain power in India. The ongoing investigations and legal battles will determine the ultimate outcome of this complex and politically charged situation.